would be strangled to a stop by a plague. But COVID-19 has taught me that everybody's vulnerable, and it's taught me that the Bible's credible. You better believe the Bible knows what it's talking about. It's not talking about something you don't know. Here's a third lesson that we should take away from this: the uncertainty of life. Contagions remind us of the uncertainty of life. Did you expect your schedule to be wiped out for an entire year before this happened? Were you prepared for your children to be shut out of their classroom? For your vacation, your wedding to be canceled? For your workload to shift to your kitchen table? No one expected to stay away from church for weeks or months. How terrible for those who were laid off or whose businesses failed. Few people had their pantries stocked with sanitizers, masks, and toilet paper. Who could have known? The patriarch Job, do you remember how he explained the sudden deconstruction of his life? Here's what he said: "My days are swifter than a runner. They flee away. They see no good. They pass like swift ships, like an eagle swooping on its prey." Or Job 14:1 and 2, "Man who's born of woman is of few days and full of trouble. He comes forth like a flower and fades away. He flees like a shadow and does not continue." How uncertain and how precious are our days. I took that away from this. I don't have any guarantee, nor do you, that I will have tomorrow. I have only the day that God has given me, and how precious is that day. How important should it be for us to give thanks to God for the days He has given to us as His gifts. So I've learned about the vulnerability of everybody. All of us nobody's safe from this. I've learned about the credibility of the Bible. I've learned about the uncertainty of life. And I've also learned about the sufficiency of Jesus Christ. The virus points us to Jesus. As He was preparing to finish His earthly work and return to heaven, He told His disciples this. He said, "These things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." Notice, Jesus didn't say, "In the world you will have tribulation, and I have overcome tribulation." No. He said, "In the world you will have tribulation. I've overcome the world." Jesus doesn't just overcome the event. He doesn't just overcome the event. He overcomes the environment in which the event happens. He doesn't just overcome tribulation. He overcomes the world in which tribulation happens. I don't know about you, but I found Jesus in a new and special way during COVID-19. I found out that He was enough, that no matter what was going on that was frightening and we didn't have any answers to it, we had one answer, and His name was Jesus. And when we talked to Him, He helped us. And we got through this because we believed and counted on the one who has promised never to leave us or forsake us. Amen? Amen. So, okay, there you go. We've had the pandemic. We've learned some things from it. But the question that's been up on the screen, and it's been in my heart as I've been working on this series, is where do we go from here? Now that this has happened to us, now that we're coming out of it, now that we've experienced it and hope we never experience it again, where do we go from here? First of all, let me suggest that we prioritize our prayer life. Don't you suppose the people of earth have prayed more in the last months than ever before? I mean, the more problems, the more prayer. But what kind of prayers have we prayed? This is the posture of the Christian. Appeal to God's character, confess your inability, put your eyes on the Lord, and trust Him. When you can't see your way through, when you don't know what's going on, when you're wondering, where's this going to take us? Is this the end of life as we know it? Is this the end of our nation as we know it? You don't know what the answers to those questions are, but one thing you know is God is in His heaven. He's occupying His throne, and He's in charge, and you can trust Him. And so you put your eyes on Him, and you put your destiny in His hand. That's one of the things we kind of learned, and we reviewed that. So where do we go from here? We prioritize our prayer life. Here's something else I've learned. We sacrificially serve other people. How many of you know the best thing you can do when you're under